So my previous videos about Mirage have been really brief and not really fully explanatory, so I will be going over her one by one for each ability and explaining how you should use it, why you should use it. That's really it. So first of all, Mirage, of course, passive gives you, longer slides and faster rolls. It's pretty good for getting around. Next, her clones. Her clones are going to do a percentage of your original damage. Our original damage being here at 412 strength, going to be 82%. But once you have your augmented, your vigor, and all your other buffs, it'll be around 90 to 100. Now the important thing is that you're going to have Hall of Malevolence. Just say augment for the one. Hall of Malevolence gives your doppelgangers 5% for every time you kill an enemy. This goes up to 50%. So you're going to get an extra 50% damage on your clones. Now this makes it so your clones will do, let's say we have 82.4%. So my clones will do a total of 130.4% of my damage. And now if you have, for your 2, I'm going to switch configs for this, which is random config. For your 2, this is sleight of hand. Now it's not really amazing, but if you use this augment right here, it'll be pretty good for just killing all enemies really quickly in Simulacrum. That's really the only few uses I've seen for it. It's not like super good. You should use it if you want to nuke stuff in kinda low level Simulacrum, but that's really it. Going back to our frame here, we have Eclipse. Now Eclipse can give you a damage reduction of a maximum of 90% or a damage increase. Now, mine's is currently at 824. It's about 1,000 with buffs. Now, you've noticed, by the way, you want to have maximum amount of strength, max amount of duration, and the range and efficiency doesn't really matter, since you're going to be using Nourish over your 2. Now, this is really good, and you want to have Total Eclipse here with a minimum of 5 meters range. If you don't have 5 meters range, then as you can see, clones want it to be as long as all of your clones get the buff at the same time. So all of my clones will be getting the buff here. That's all that matters. Now that's it for the 3. Now the 4 is pretty okay. It's just a giant disco ball that blinds enemies and does a bit of damage. Now, you can use your Eclipse buff to make it do more damage. That's really it. Now, I'll show you how this is. So, another few things you need to know about her is that number 1, only 3 of the clones will shoot at the same time. So if you look down here, the only 3 clones will shoot. Now it'll be 3 clones that are most close to the angle of your shooting. 2 clones are closest, 2 clones are closest, 2 clones are closest. You know what I mean? Okay? Now for melees, all of the clones will attack at the same time. As you can see. Makes it very OP to use a glaive or literally any melee with her. If you want to make her a melee platform, that's fine. This is how I use her with my glaive. And yeah, it's pretty good. That's just my normal glaive. Now here's with my clones. As you can see, 5 glaives at a time. Now, how I usually play her is just make sure I have my buff, my Eclipse, and my 1 active all the time. Nourish is not super important to have active, but you should have it active since it also gives you more damage and a bunch of energy. With everything combined, they're going to do a bunch of damage. That's it. Now, let's look over the build here. This is my max build. My build with the maximum amount of energy you can have. Now I have 5 Tau red shards, all for ability strength. You can also replace this with anything you want, really, but you can't use, other buffing abilities because we already have Eclipse on here. Now, You can also use Noko's mushrooms for even more strength, but to be honest, I'm fine with this, and I don't really like that little mushroom. Yeah. Um, Narrow-minded for duration, you get this from Corrupted Bolts. Arger Secrets, you get this from killing Tusk Thumpers for more strength. Grants you Fortitude, you get this from Corrupted Bolts. Total Eclipse, you can buy this for standing. Blind Rage, Corrupted Bolts. All Malevolence from standing. Orbital Intensify from Sacrifice. Prime Continuity from Barrow. Power Drift from Lua Volts. Drawing Power from the Silver Grove guys. You have to go to the Silver Grove, you have to spawn them in, you have to kill them. It's better just buy with Platinum because it takes forever. But yeah. Then we have Mold Vigor and Mold Augmented for Strength. Now, my usual build will be my C if I want to survive a bit. We have Arcane Aegis combined with Null Stars. Now, why do I use Null Stars here? Because number one, we're going to be using Neutron Star. With a little bit of range, we want base range or more at this point, since we already have more than enough strength to sustain, we don't need more than that. And we can have a lower duration with this build. So this is going to be the general build, and then we're going to have this, actually let's change it. Okay. We're going to have Neutron Star on, make sure you have Neutron Star on, because this will give you heat damage. And the reason that we're using Mirage with Null Star specifically, not for the damage reduction. Damage reduction's okay, but it's not really worth it. What we're using this for is because Null Stars are considered to be weapons, or like pseudo allies. So when we use our Eclipse buff, it's going to work with Null Stars. Now I'll just show you. We have our Null Stars, throw them out. See to do about 37k. Now if we have them with Eclipse on, I didn't even see a number, but it's about 250k. Now let's compare with a armor that has an enemy that has armor. It's going to be with buff. And then here is going to be without. Absolutely nothing. Just tickle them. Of course, the reason they're dying here is because my companions brought them in with viral and blast is killing them because they're really close to each other. Now, but you can tell that the Eclipse buff makes a really significant difference, but it also helps you survive pretty easily. So that's how I use my Mirage, and yeah, it's like just a really good frame. Especially for weapons platform, it might be the best weapons platform besides Saren. Saren is good, but the thing is, you can't really survive with Saren. Now with Mirage, you have her clones, and you have her damage reduction buff, and then you also have this Null Stars build you can use. Just in general, everything is pretty good. All around, you can use her for almost everything. She's also pretty fast, and all that. So, yeah. That's it for the video. See you later.